We were promised less work and more money. We were promised this years ago. If you look back, right, and you look back to industrial farming, yeah, I know that's a long time ago, and you look back at that, that was what everyone was sold. They were sold a dream, yeah? Okay, great, you're going to have mechanized farming. But then what happened? People lost their jobs. They had to work longer hours. Yes, they had mechanized farming, but it wasn't any good for them, right? So a lot of people are getting less work right now and less money because now they have to retrain, right? So that they can actually get jobs that didn't exist last year. And that's not the deal anyone signed up for. And today I want to talk about what's actually happening, what it cost me personally, and one shift that fixes it. Look, the promise versus the reality. This is important. Every boardroom had the same pitch, right? AI does the grunt work, humans do the thinking, everybody wins. The actual data is kind of interesting on that. I've got a lot of data here that I'm going to run you through, right? So 77% of employees say that AI made their team less productive. Think about that. Less productive. Developers using AI expected to go faster. Obviously, they went slower, right? So 19% slower. It didn't remove work, it shifted it. So now you audit the machine instead of doing the job, and the machine makes confident mistakes that you have to catch, right? So look, what it cost me, right? I went all in. Research, writing, strategy, client work, everything for this ChatGPT existed, yeah? It's a long time in the world of AI, considering AI went back to the 1980s and before that. But look, what happened is that the writing started sounding like everything else, and I was starting at the prompt instead of the problem, right? In the jiu-jitsu, the mat, the Hayabusa, the motorcycle that I own, and 30 years of Tai Chi, it just suddenly made sense, right? When you cannot prompt your way out of a choke, your brain wakes back up. Someone's crushing you, right? So you need to find a move or tap and get out of that position that you're in, yeah? So look, the enterprise, many of them have hit the same wall, right? Klarna fired 2,100 people. Quality collapsed. They are rehiring, okay? I've got a lot more stats here. Over 600 executives admitted in a Harvard study that they cut staff based upon AI and what it would do. Think about that, what it would do, not what it could do, right? So this is also interesting. I'm a big reader. I read a lot of stuff. I run a lot of reports, and I got Gemini to run a report, and I will write a blog, and I'll drop a link somewhere so you can read it if you want to dig into the stats and dig into it more, because it's affecting our brains, yeah? It's affecting our cognitive ability. And unless you take action to fix that, you're going to cause yourself some problems. So look, back to MIT. AI only beats human labor on cost for 25% of the tasks it was supposed to replace. Think about that one, right? And 2 days ago, Sam Altman walked back in his own predictions on white-collar displacement, and his reason was simple. People want to deal with people on decisions that matter. So what's the fix? It's not less AI. It's not less AI. It's different AI use and how you use it, right? And the highest performers in 2026 are running fewer tools, not more. Curation beats consumption every time. And look, you need to get physical, right? The neuroscience behind that is not soft. Martial arts, riding motorcycles, cycling, manual practice directly restores what screen heavy work depletes. So look, first things first, every day, protect your first thinking hour. No AI. Write your priorities by hand, and this matters neurologically. All the science supports it. So look, subscribe to Future Proofed Leader. This is the conversation every week, whether you want to read it, listen to it, watch it, do all three every week. It's a quick briefing, right? And also for the expert layer, you should go to mondayinfluencer.com. That's $19.95 a month. And Stephen J. Manning, my mentor, who's a veteran in the marketing business space, he actually writes a lot of great content, and we record a lot of interviews. We help a lot of people with their careers, mentoring them, supporting them. So check it out. I'll drop some links, and thank you for listening. Don't worry too much. Just retrain your brain, regain your thoughts, and don't outsource your thinking to AI. Peace out.